Alright, so these are the pieces you already should have. This is part 2, so if you didn't watch part 1 and you're watching part 2, this won't make any sense to you. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, and then you're going to take the back, and you're going to connect these two just like that on the back, and then you're going to take this piece and attach it on the left side since this is the left wall, and then you're going to take this piece. Oh shoot, you're going to take actually take the wall off, sorry, put the front part on first just like that, and then take the wall and put it on, and then this piece right here will connect right here. So you're going to need to just be prepared to connect all the pieces that look like they're going to connect. And then you're going to take the other wall, make sure that this is flipped up and not flipped down, or else you're going to have to take the entire wall off again, and just fit it on same way that the other wall fit on. Also, this piece right here in the middle connects to the middle portion of the gun too. So you got this all connected. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, put it on the back, just like that. And then you pretty much have the handle done. You just got to put on the magazine release. And the way you do that is you take off the trigger guard and that little 1x2 on the bottom, and then you slide it in like that with one piece hanging off. If you're looking straight at it, you're going to have the side with the rubber band hanging off to the left, one brick, and it should just fit in just like that. And you push it to the side, and then it won't come out. And then you take your trigger guard, and then you put your trigger guard back on. And then you make sure that you have this piece handy, your 1x1, and then you take your rubber band, and you loop it around, just like how I did it. You loop it around the trigger guard, and then what I usually do is I pull it tight, and then I hold it there with my thumb or something, and then you take your 1x1, and then, crap. Actually, that's not what I do at all. You just take your 1x1, and loop it inside of there, just like that, and then you drag it along by the 1x1, and then you finally bring it back to the place where I belong, West Virginia, and you just put it into the stud that was on the side. It's kind of difficult for me because that rubber band is a little tight, but it's always good if it's tight, if you know what I mean. Then you're going to take this piece. If you don't already have this piece made, it's pretty easy, just like that. You put it in the gap right there, and yeah, that's your handle. It's done. I'll see if I can just get this part down in one part, but it's already 3 minutes long. That's pretty long. So, next up is the middle portion of the weapon. This is going to take a little bit of time, but you know we do first. Alright, so this is the first section where you're going to need a rubber band. For your rubber band, you're going to need it. It should fit around your hand and be on your wrist pretty tight, but still not be like it's going to break. And you want it to be a thick rubber band too, because you want your trigger pull to be strong enough to where it can release against the mechanism which is inside, and then you're going to have to fold it over to make it even stronger. So yeah. But anyways, you don't need that right now. Right now, what you're going to make is you're just going to make the mechanism. So you're going to have a 4 measurement long rod, a rod, and then you do the 4 stud long half Technic piece, and then you're going to have 2 of the 2 brick long ones stacked next to each other, and then one of these blue pieces with that are pretty easy to distinguish. And then this is 6 studs long, and it's half a brick wide, and you're just going to put it on the left side, and then attach it like that. And that's going to be your trigger. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this is a 1x8 on the bottom, 1x8 flat. I'll get the stuff out of the background. There we go. 1x8 flat on the bottom, and then a 1x4 on the left side, and then a 1x1 in the middle, and then a 1x6. And then it would be smarter if you did this the way I did it, with the one with this on the ends, and then the connector piece in the middle, and then the blue one on this side, and then use one of these 3 things on that side on the far end of the 1x6, and then on the top you have a 1x4, a 1x6, and a 1x6, and you have 2 studs on this side, and you have 3 studs hanging off this side. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your trigger, and you see where that is worn out right there. That's the one where I'm going to put it, but for you, it's in the middle of the 1x6, right there. If I can get it on the first try. But then you're going to take your rubber band, twist it over to about the size where it could maybe fit over 2 of your fingers and be really easy to take off. But what you're going to do is you're going to take it and put it on this piece, and then you're going to bring it underneath your trigger, and then over your trigger, and then back onto that piece. There. Did I get it? No, I did not get it. Yeah, okay. There. It might be rolled down a little bit, but then if you pull the trigger and then just roll it up, it should be pretty easy to do that. And then that's your trigger. It's a pretty strong trigger pull. It should be a pretty strong trigger pull at least. But yeah. And also you're going to need one of these 1.5 second pieces. And then on the left side of the thing. And then also, this is all connected to each other. But you're going to need, and actually I'll just save that for later. Okay, now to the left side of the wall, what you're going to do is you're going to make this piece. All this outside stuff doesn't really matter, but you can have a 1x6, and then a 1x4 flat tile, and then a 1x1 flat tile, and then a 1x4 flat tile hanging off the edge by 1 brick, which isn't very smart of me, but whatever. Then you're going to have a 1x1 button piece right here, and then a 1x2 flat piece here. 1 brick or 1.5 bricks away from the right side, but it's whatever. Then you're going to have a 1x8 flat on the bottom. Then you're going to have a 1x2 with the 1 stud in the middle, and then you're going to have a 1x4 flat on the top, hanging off just by that, and then a 1x1 and then a 1x1 flat tile piece. Then this piece, you're going to need one of these pieces that can rotate, or not rotate, bend, and then you have a 1x2 flat on the bottom, and then you have your little bendy piece, then you have a 1x2 flat on second from the top, and then a 1x2 flat tile. It would be better if it has the grooves on it, because you can get an easier grip on it, because this is the this is the bolt release slide lock. Jeez. And you're going to have that next to this, and then take this piece, put it like that. Set that aside for later. And this is the safety mechanism. This is kind of weird, but how it works is you just push in, just like that. It's pretty simple. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to make, let's just disconnect the actual safety part. So you're going to make this piece. This is the 5 long rod, and then you have the 1x4 sticking vertically up. Looks like a dick, but whatever. And on this side you have the 1x2 long Technic piece that's half, and then the blue one, and then your little 1x1 circle piece thingy. I don't really know the those names for that. But then you're going to take one of these with the 2 holes, 1x2 Technic brick with the 2 studs missing, and then just put that right there, just like that. And then you're going to take one of these 1x1s and just slide it on there, make sure it doesn't fall off, so tilt it this way. Then you're going to take this 2x4 flat, put the gray piece on the far side and just like press it down so it connects to that, and then bring this black piece over to the opposite side just like that, and then take this piece and put it right there. I mean, this is pretty simple to make, right? 1x2, 1x2 flat, blah, blah, blah. There we go. Now it should just move from side to side very easily. If you push it too far to one side, it's pretty easy to reset it, because then once you push it to, let's say, here, you have it out way too much like that. When you just push it to this side, it'll just correct itself when you push it back. So, yeah. I'll set that aside for later, gator. And then we have this part for the barrel, attached to the barrel and stuff like that. So you're going to make this piece kind of like a couch or a bench or something. You're going to have 2 of these 1x2 flats stacked on each other. You're going to need 2 of those, so you're going to need 4 of them, stack them on top of each other. Then you're going to take a 2x4 flat. It doesn't have to have the holes in it. I don't think I ever use those. But then you're going to have these 1x2s with 1 stud in the middle. Yeah, and then take that, boom, and boom, just like that. Set that aside. Then you're going to make this awkward skier thing. It's like skis, I don't freaking know, but 1x6 flats, and then a 1x4, somewhere in the middle, I guess, 2 away from one side and 3 away from the other side, and then 1x2 flat with 1 stud in the middle, just like that. And then you're going to take this, put it on this side, just like that, so you have the 3 studs on that side. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and this piece and attach them like that. And then you're not going to put this on yet because you got to assemble all this later. So just leave the left side out for now. And then take your safety mechanism and put it in the back where these 2 studs are open, just like that. There. And then just set that aside for later. Okay, so this is where the newer stuff kind of comes in, the modified stuff that's different from last time. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a 2x8 flat, and then get 3 1x2 flats on the bottom for the tactical rail. You don't have to have those there, but I do because I have them. Suck it. But then, sorry, then you're going to take a 1x6 with 2 of the 2x6, sorry, with 2 of the 1x2 with 1 stud in the middle. Just like that, and then attach it to that with 2 studs hanging off the edge. Then you're going to take this piece, 2x6 flat, and then just make some sort of a way where you have 2x6 flat tile on the top, just like that, and have 2 of it hanging off the edge. And then you're going to make this piece, 1x8 flat tile, 2 of those, and then on either side of a 2x3 flat piece, and then put that on these, just like that. And you should have 1 brick room in the middle, and yeah, and that's how you make that piece. And then you're going to take this section and this section and attach them just like that. There should be room for it right there. It shouldn't take up all the room right there, but it should take up that much. There. And it fits on just like that. Pause the video. Alright, so for the barrel, what you're going to do is you're going to make this weird, funky looking piece. Okay, this is weird. Okay, so what you're going to do here... Oh my gosh, this piece is so fucking weird. You're going to make this piece sort of like a mushroom from the front, but it's a 1x2 flat with the 1 stud in the middle, and you're just going to connect that to the middle dot on the 2x2 2 flat, and then you're going to take 2 of these and then put a 1x2 flat on top, just like that. And then you're going to take a 1x3 flat and then a 1x2 flat tile on top, and then a 2x2 flat tile. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece and then attach it right there, like that, and this is what it looks like from the front view. It's kind of weird. And then you're going to take this piece and attach it right there, like that. That's how you make that weird freaking piece. After that, you're going to take a 1x2 and a 1x2 flat underneath a 1x4 flat, and then you're going to take 2 1x10s and stack them on top of each other. I have a 1x6 and a 1x4, but you can use 2 1x10s. That's what I did. This piece is a modded piece. You didn't actually need to modify it. I couldn't find one of these at the time, and I know I'm not using one of these, and I'm still using that even though I found one. It's just I already modded the piece and I don't want to use the other one. I want to use the modded piece that I made and took the time to make instead of the one that I didn't have to do anything to. But yeah, so you can use one of these. It has to be the cone one though, because you're going to be attaching your rubber bands to it. And for that also, you're going to need to make this piece. So you have a 4 long rod, and then you have your 3, and then one of these ones that has the twist in it, and then you have the 4 brick long one that makes the L piece, and then you take your rubber band, loop it through the middle section, and then bring the rubber band through, oh gosh, just like that. There, just like that. And that's going to be part of that. You're going to attach this to this piece, or your cone piece, just like that. Sorry. And then bring it along inside of that. Actually, just leave that hanging out the side. Then you take your other rubber band, do the same thing, just attach it to it. And this one's going to be for the slide, and this one is for the mechanism. Then you're going to take this piece and make it so that the yellow is on the yellow right here on the end and not off to one side. So like that. Make sure it looks like this. Okay. Then you're going to take your rubber bands. Okay. So you take your rubber bands and you drag them through the gray piece that I have there so it doesn't stick out. And then you bring it through the opening that you have, the gap that you have between all those other pieces, and you just bring it out just one side, and it should just stay out. It doesn't matter if it's poking out a little bit right now, but for later it'll matter. Then you're going to make this piece. I had to make a 1x7 because making having a 1x6 and a 1x1 isn't the best way to do it. So making a 1x7 with flats is a lot better and a lot sturdier than doing the other way. And then you take 1x8, have it being on by holding on by 3, and then take a 1x4 and just fill in the rest of the gap with a 1x7, and then attach it like so. I actually I don't remember where this piece was. I think it was right. Oh no, it was like this. Yeah, that's where it goes, like right there. So now that you have all this, you're gonna bring this back, and then if you see where those bricks in the middle are, you put the barrel, you take this black piece, or this is actually navy blue, put that in the ones in the middle just like that, and it fits in perfectly. Just like that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, and you're going to put that in the third hole, just like that. Just like that. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the left side wall and just have that on hands, and you're going to take this 1x6 flat off from the bottom that's just hanging off right here. Take that off, and then you're going to take this 1x4 off and this other 1x4 off on the other side, just so you have just a nice easy piece to connect. And you just slide that on to this side. It might be a little difficult to line up all the parts, but yeah, there you go. Everything just lined up. And then you just take out where all those parts used to be, and you attach them. There, one here, and then one here, and you take your 1x6, and then you put that right there. And then you take your handle, and you put that on the bottom. This back piece right here should hang off. That's hanging off the handle. It should connect directly with the back of the gun. Just like that. Okay. Trying to make this do this on camera. Alright. And then this part of the trigger guard, make sure you get that on too. Alright, then you're going to go on the inside of the gun, where you had your 1x7 beam that was attached to the handle. You're going to attach that to that gray piece that's right there, the little stud that's sticking out. You're going to attach that. There. Now, you can take your magazine, load it into the gun, and see if it works. And if it does the clicking and everything like that, then your gun is in order. If you have any problems with it, like if your thing gets stuck on the handle, not the handle, on the magazine, just push it to one side, to the left side most likely, and it should not jam up. But yeah. Okay, and take out your magazine because it stretches out the rubber bands. So take out your mag and set that entire part of the gun to the side. Okay, now onto the part that we never really got into on the older F57, and that will be in another video. Just kidding, this video is gonna go on for half an hour. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna need, oh gosh, just a bunch of these freaking things. Here, one sec, pause. Alright, so this is what the top layer of the slide is going to consist of. You're going to need one of these. You can actually just use two of these. I'm just using a bunch of them. And then you're going to make it so that this is 8 studs long of these curved pieces. And then you have 2 of them at the end that have 1x2 flat connecting these like that. Then you're going to take a 1x4 flat, and then another one of these, and then make one of these pieces. You have 1x2 flats with the 1 stud in the middle, and then 1x2 flat on the bottom, and then 1x2 flat connecting these 2 on the top, just like that. So just keep those in that order. Then you're going to want to make this piece. This is one of the bricks that you can connect the Legos to, the Technic bricks to. You know, I'll just use that example. So on the bottom you have a 1x6 flat, and then a 1x4 with the 3 studs missing in the middle, and then you have that piece on the far left, and then you have one of these L pieces, and you have it on one side, and then on this side you have a 1x2 flat, and then on this side, in the middle, on the outside of the weapon, you have one of these, and you just put that right there in the middle one, just like that. and on top of the little piece sticking out into the slide, you have 2 of the dots, or the 1x1 flats, cylindrical ones that you're going to use to attach the rubber bands to. And then for the front part of the slide, what you're going to do is you're going to take a 1x10 and a 1x2, or 1x8 and a 1x4. I think I'm going to switch that right now since I have some on hand. So you're going to use a 1x8 and a 1x4, like that, on top of 1x6, and then one of these 1x4s with the chunk missing out the middle, like that. And then you're gonna have another one of these L pieces, and then that's on the end of a 1x10, just like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're going to take this piece, put that on the end, just like that. And then you're gonna start this whole section putting it on 1 brick away from the edge, and then you're gonna put this right here, right next to that, and then you're gonna leave this piece off for later. You're gonna leave a 4 brick gap right here though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put this right here, and this right here, and this is where the ejection port is going to be, right there. And then put this one here, and then this one here. I'm gonna get that piece real quick. Alright, just like that. Should look like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your gun, the lower part of the gun, and then, see this piece right here that sticks out? That is going to go into this little gap right there. Just attach it on. It should slide in. It's nice. And then you're going to take your rubber band, and then actually take this piece off at the end, and then attach the rubber bands to this around the top one, not the bottom one. Make it on the top one. And then take this piece and put it right there to seal it on. There. And then you take this piece, put it back on. There you go. And there you have the right part of the slide. And then you're going to set that down for later gator. And then you're going to make the other part of the slide. So for this is going to pretty much almost be like exactly the same, except